I'm going to use the chocolate pattern transfer technique to make this football and this sheep. To set up the patterns is the same as for the piping gel pattern transfer. You want to have an outline or a simple line drawing taped to a piece of cardboard, and then you want to tape a piece of parchment over it. For this technique, I have already melted my candy coating. I'm using the chocolate and the vanilla, so I'm going to have brown and white to work with. And I want to do the details first. So for the football, I'm going to use the melted white candy coating, and I'm going to outline all of the areas that I want the white to show up. I'm using a disposable piping bag and a piping tip number 3. You could certainly just snip an end off of the piping bag, and that would actually have the advantage of allowing you to microwave the piping bag if the chocolate got cool enough to set up while it was still in the piping bag. But I want to outline all of the white details first, so I'm going to do that and then set the football aside. I'm going to take the dark chocolate and pipe the outline for the sheep, as well as his little feet and other details like his ears and his face. This dark chocolate candy coating seems a little bit runnier than the white candy coating. I'm not even really having to squeeze the bag. I'm just kind of guiding my tip as I allow the chocolate to fall out the end of it. And so I'm just going to go all the way around his outline of his body. And then once I've done that, I'll set it aside and allow the dark chocolate to set up. Now that the white candy coating for my football details has hardened and set up, I can outline the football and fill it in with the melted chocolate. And I'll speed up the video so it looks like I can do this super fast. The trick here is to make sure that you don't leave any gaps. You want the whole surface to be covered, and you want the chocolate to overlap the white details. And then I'm going to fill in the sheep with the melted white candy. Once again, I've sped up the video so it doesn't take me as long. If you need to cover a large area and you run out of melted candy in your piping bag, you can certainly use a spatula to fill in the gaps. When the pieces are hardened, then you just carefully remove the parchment paper from the cardboard, and usually they will just slide right off the parchment paper. What you're looking at now is the back of the football, and then I'm just going to flip it over, see, and there we have the white details on top. And then for Mr. Sheep, the same thing. I'm just going to carefully remove the parchment from the cardboard, and he's wide, so I'm going to lift him up with the spatula, and there he is, ready to go on the cake.